got a like, but there's no one watching yet. So that's kind of weird. There's a wet spot right there. Hey, Massey, how are you doing? Hey, Farmer Cole. Turning around. Harder to turn around than it looks like. I do like this tractor. Oh, I gotta get caught back up. Hey, DLK. I'm doing good, Massey. Just behind, really behind. Hey, Canadian farmer welder guy. And I do like the tractor. I actually had an interesting, my fuel gauge quit working. It shows I've got 180 some gallons. Come to find out, when it shows you got 80 gallons left, it's empty. 87.43 I think it showed, and I ran out. That was a good time. And they're talking thunderstorms tonight for us. I plant at 5.5. 5.4. I got my RPM set constant, so depending on slip. It's kind of a short rounds on this field, but the other ones I was in earlier today was there's muddy. I was having a good old time. I'm doing good, Nathan. Just busy. This field here is the field I streamed on last year when I was planting into that rye that was as tall as those things. A soybean field. Got hailed on, so it ended up being terrible, but it wasn't any worse than the rest of the fields, and the weed pressure in this field was very minimal. It's like turning around a Sherbet tank here. A lot harder to do this and record. Need to get a little handy dandy sticker thing. I might fuel up every day. This is my dad's corn. I talked to my landlord yesterday, Massey. No, maybe it's this morning, whether I should bring the tractor down and plant or to worry about trying to plant, or my four-wheeler. He said, just bring your four-wheeler. It's a little wet for a tractor yet. Gonna have to get out here and spray pretty soon. Hey, Landmark, how are you? Seen you doing a bunch of renovations down at your place. How are them coming along? Jeff, shouldn't you be planting soybeans, or did you get done? This field's about 70 acres, and I have all intentions of finishing it tonight. And I've got 19 acres done. Right there. Are you pretty wet down there again, Jeff? Here comes my little, I got a little water hole right there. I don't know. Which Holsteins, Landmark? The ones from last year or the ones from the new ones this year? I guess they're both doing very well. Turn out of the mud hole. Had to go pull my neighbor out. He got stuck in a sprayer twice, well, 3 times today actually. That wasn't very fun. I can't read any comments while I'm turning around, especially by my water hole. Planted right there, but she's a little soft. We sank in a little bit. Still leaving some tracks right there. Should have planted one more set of end rows, it looks like. Okay, now I'll get caught up on the comments. I average about 15 by the time I stop for fertilizer there, DLK. I'm not sure where it's at on here. I'll look. I don't know where it's at. The new ones are doing good. They're eating, must be about 13 pounds a day right now. Haven't weighed them yet. I would like to get a way to weigh them, but that's not very easy with where they're at as far as them Holsteins go. I'll find it. So far in this field, I'm averaging 19.7 acres an hour, but it won't happen, so I'll have to stop and fill up with fertilizer, and that's going to kill my average. It's generally around 15. Everything seems to be working good on the front end so far. Got a wheel seal going out, but we're going to try to get through corn planting. I think this field's about 70. I'll look on the map. 44. Actually, it's pretty close to 80 acres, this whole field, but I'll skip some for food plots. Yeah, I was really happy. I need to get them. I bought too many of them pellets, Landmark, the starter pellets, and I've been weaning them off of them, but they're costing as much for, I think they're eating like 2 or 3 pounds of pellets, and they're costing as much as the whole ration costs. So them pellets are terrible. In other words, the ration's only costing me 50, I think it's 52 cents a day or something. And the pellets are right at 50 or something. I can't remember for sure, but they're sure starting to chow down. We're mixing 900 pounds of load. That's all I can fit in that tote that we're using. Telling me there's the end of the field's coming. That's why it's beeping. Hopefully I can get a stream going on a longer field where I'm not turning around all the time. But I'm planting corn. Planting channel corn. Been awful wet here, so we're awful behind schedule. Only about halfway done planting corn. Maybe not even quite halfway done. And our plant date's 25th of April, or May's the last full insurance date for corn. But we'll get her done eventually. I do have my other Magnum yet. I'm hopefully going to get it going on the drill here in the next day or two. Yeah, I'm thinking, Landmark, it's going to end up being 60 to 70 by the time I get them all weaned off the pellets. The TMR's costing, I think, $1.55 or something. 100 pounds. So you'd have to do the math, but I can't exactly remember. What kind of disc bind did you guys get, Landmark? It's unbelievable how them extra tires up front make a difference on these tractors. Unbelievable how much traction you got. When do you normally start planting Honda Fun? We normally start the 5th of May, and I'm normally done by now, but we just started about 4 days ago. I think there's going to be some prevent plant acres. I had to go around a bunch of water holes yesterday. So I was going to do this yesterday on one of the fields, but it had a bunch of water holes like that in it, and I was getting angry. So I figured I better not do that. Gotta be careful. I get too far forward, it yells at me for being off my seat. That 1411, that's a side pole. Is that correct? I had 1441 I had for a year. I bought used and rebuilt it and traded it in for my new 1330 316, I mean. Yeah, I gotta get turned around if I can read you guys' comments again. Jeff knows what it's like trying to do something in the field and stream at the same time. It's not as easy as a guy would think. Thanks, Dave. We'll see you. Yeah, Jeff, I got angry. It would have made a pretty good video of getting demonetized, I think. Well, that's good. I'm glad you got started, Massey. Got to start somewhere. What part of the country, or what country are you from, or what state are you from? I'm kind of curious, Honda. I know there's people around us that aren't that far away that think we're crazy for not having our field work done yet. I like that 1411 I had. It just couldn't, for what I got offered to trade it in on a brand new one, I couldn't turn it down. I see. Wisconsin. Yeah, we're going to be cutting hay before too long as well. We're going to be doing a little bit of everything here very soon. I don't know, what do you guys want to watch? You guys want to watch a planter, or you want to look over the hood, or what do you guys want to watch? I kind of seen about everything, so I don't know. You guys can tell me what you guys want to see. This field we had cattle on all spring from like probably April till about 3 days ago, and I'm out here planting it now. Yeah, I've made some videos. Oh, are you asking Landmark? I see. What do you mean this is a really old tractor, Jack? My other one must be an antique then. It's a 1996 model. This one's a 2009 model. Not too bad you weren't so far away, Farmer Cole. I just have you start planting mine. I'm going to be glad to be done planting as well. That'll make it rain when you cut 100 and some acres of hay. Phone says the battery's dying. We're gonna plug it in. Hopefully that works. Need to get a mount. Little suction cup mount. Don't need to use the markers much. I haven't actually used them at all this year. I haven't even unfolded them. Just use my GPS. Hey timer, you got all your syrup made this year? You end up making a bunch? Thought you had your auto steer going, Massey. Put a tarp strap on the steering wheel, hold it straight. That trailer actually doesn't leave too bad of ruts unless it's way too wet. If it's wet enough to leave ruts, I shouldn't be there, but I end up planting places I shouldn't anyhow. It's only a 1,000-gallon tank, and it's not full for very long because I'm putting 30 gallons down an acre. So it's only full for about a half a round, and then I start really pumping the fertilizer out. Gotta get caught back up on the old comments. Gee, that's terrible not having auto steer. I'd almost be broke down if I had to go back to markers. Yeah, I wait till my corn's a little taller to side dress. You do it with my sprayer. I trap dress my corn, I guess is probably the word to call it. I use some streamer nozzles on my sprayer if we have the moisture. I haven't used drop nozzles. I got the stuff to make my sprayer a 15-inch spacing, and then I might try to do something similar with hoses, but not actual drop nozzles. I've been just using the 3-way streamer tips on my 20-inch centers is what I've been doing. And actually it burns it, but it don't burn it that bad. That New Holland isn't our tractor, but I still use it. It's still hooked to the grain cart. I actually got my oat seed in it, or had oat seed in it, and I used it as my little trailer for oat seed for a while. But it's sitting in the shed. That four-wheel drive is kind of gutless. It's only about 200 horse and needs about 300, I think. That beep a second ago was my planner telling me I'm running low on seed. The old Magnum right now is holding the gravel down. I need to get it hooked up to the drill and start drilling soybeans in my spare time, but I haven't had time yet. Right there, showing my hopper's low. My sprayer tank is plastic on my sprayer Landmark. I got a Patriot XL is what I have for a sprayer. 120 horse, a little gutless, but you know, it works. I can cover a lot of ground pretty quick. I actually done some custom spraying for a while with it until I got enough of my own stuff to do, and then I kind of gave up the custom spraying and decided to concentrate on my own stuff instead of everyone else's. Then insurance got too high, I guess, is another reason I quit. What do you guys think about putting an old straight pipe on this? My muffler's going bad. Actually, it was blowing exhaust in my air filter. So I'm going to have to replace my muffler. And it's quite a bit cheaper to go with the straight pipe, but I don't know if I could stand the noise in there. Yeah, it'd be a chrome stack if I replaced it with a straight pipe. I don't want to go deaf, Massey. I don't know, I'm just scared. I haven't been able to find any videos or anyone that's actually done it that spends hours that I spend in the tractor and listen to it all the time. I don't want to wake up the neighbors when I'm planting corn in the middle of the night. Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. I think it would sound good too, but I'm just afraid of the noise in the cab. And actually the noise on the outside as well, because I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to have to wear earmuffs when I get out of the tractor. They can learn to sleep through it. I normally have my radio cranked up, but I can't when I'm on the old YouTube land, because they'll get all mad and crabby at a guy. Have you ever heard one like in person? As far as having the stack off? Once I get some time, I'm actually just going to probably take this stack off and finish up making it a straight pipe and just give me an idea whether I'm going to like it or not. But right now, it's still somewhat of a muffler, so I'm going to probably keep it that way for now. Telling me my planter quit planting because I'm turning around. Wish this planter was smart enough to know that I raised this stupid thing up so the beeper quits going off. I had to actually put tape over my beeper so I didn't go deaf. Tried to turn it down and it wouldn't let me turn it down anymore. Yeah, we'll see. Said it's quite a bit cheaper to go with the straight pipe, so we'll see. But yeah, when we get to the other end here, I'm gonna quit to go check my hoppers and stuff, so I'm gonna have to use both hands for that. And I don't have a camera kit today, so we planted 25 acres of this field, almost 26, so you guys almost planted 10 acres with me. I sure appreciate you guys stopping in and asking questions. I'm not sure what the diameter, I think it's 4 inch or 4.5. Yeah, I've actually got a video I made yesterday, I think, and I was going to get it uploaded, but I forgot my glasses in my tractor last night, and I was tired, so I didn't get it uploaded yet, but it'll be coming. I don't even remember what I talked about, but I think I'll get it uploaded one of these days. I'll try. This field's pretty good with the mud holes. I would like to get a different planter. I probably won't ever buy a new one. This is a 335 Magnum, is what this tractor is. And I've gotten 36 people watching yet. I didn't realize I was that interesting. Yes, I'm going to go another round before I quit. I want to make sure I'm really low on seed before I add any more, because I'm switching numbers. Probably should just run it, go till I run out, but oh, Jeff, I don't want a 24 row. I got a neighbor that bought a 24 row, and he really don't like it. And he farms actually more than I do. It's just they're not. Our fields aren't big enough. They're not square enough, and take so much power to pull if it gets muddy out. And he's been stuck a bunch of times already this spring. Now, where do I push to engage the auto steer? There's a button right there. Depending on what part, I grease the front end of this tractor every day. Grease the planter, probably every couple days. Just depends on the piece of equipment as far as the maintenance goes. Yeah, I like deer stuff too. I'm not colorblind, but I was looking at deer and I actually called the dealers and priced them, and I couldn't afford one. I actually only own 2 tractors myself. I am on a family farm, so I do have access to other tractors, but myself I only own 2. That 340, quite a bit, almost 10 years newer than this one. I'm sure they're similar, but that'd be an awful nice ride. This is the last year they had before they put DEF in them, so. Turn on the lights. Don't need them yet, but we'll turn them on anyhow. I'd grease that loader as often as you have time. Depending on how much you use it. If you use it in a feed yard, dirty situation, I'd grease it every day if you could. But I know once a week would be better than most of them get greased, I think. If you're only using it a little bit, then you can go longer, but on a loader, it seems like the more you can grease them, the longer they'll last and the better they'll work. You know, I've got a DEF on my pickup, and it's not that bad as long as it works. And then if it quits working, it's a joke. That's what makes me mad about DEF. You know, just don't give you much of a warning. I took my pickup for a family vacation, and it told me I only had 10 miles to get home. When the DEF quit working, it said I had 200 miles left. By the time I got home, I only had 10 miles left before it shut it off or whatever, so that would have sucked. I do not use RTK. In our area, I'm actually using WASP right now. In our area, I've actually got pretty good signal. Most of the time, you can't even tell that I've You know, I don't have any guest rows, you know, that are terrible or nothing, except when I quit to go fill with seed and stuff. That's when I notice it the most. But you go just 45 miles east of me, they can't hardly do tillage with the WAS, with the free signal. So no, WAS is free. WAS is the free one. That would just make me mad. I actually had a friend of mine bought a tractor with, I think it was about 500 hours on it, and was planting one night and quit. Was going to finish it the next day, and it took him a week to get that tractor to move again. Yeah, it seems like it's all about your area on as far as the WAS goes, whether it's worth a crap or not. I've thought about getting a subscription for this tractor, just for the simple fact of I use it for planting and stuff, but it seems like it's good enough. I don't have a problem with it. I think if I started to use like a side dressing tool and I want to use auto steer, I think I'd obviously have to use a subscription, but at this point I don't think it's worth it. I guess we're gonna go another round. I'm probably gonna end up running out of seed, but since I'm switching numbers, I guess it'd be nice to run out. You do use your, Jeff, you use your GPS for planting, don't you? Or do you guys still use markers? I can't remember. I've watched your videos before, but I don't remember. I'm a little bit disappointed in these lights on this tractor. It's got really only the 3 really bright lights, and then it's got 2 on the fender and 1 on the hood that are really bright. But my other tractor, I got in it the other night, and holy crap, that thing's got bright lights, even compared to this one. I think it might be coming eventually when I get the money. It's got lights everywhere on them, but they're nothing like my LEDs I got on my older Magnum. Them things are just unbelievable. These are good lights, don't get me wrong. These are good enough lights, they get the job done, but going from these lights to my old Magnum lights, the LEDs, man, there's a huge difference. Huge difference. The one thing about these are HID lights on this tractor, they cut through the dust a lot better, I've noticed. They don't reflect the dirt near as bad as the LEDs do. The LEDs will almost blind you if it gets very dusty. But this will be the last pass here once I get turned around. I'll get to the other end, I'm going to shut her down. I should have made end rows on this, but I didn't feel like making them on this knoll. Got just enough fertilizer to finish this field, and I'll have to quit till morning. I actually got lights mounted right there, and those work pretty good before I had my LED lights, but I don't even need them anymore. Yeah, I really love my LED lights. They're really bright. Been real happy with them. I still have my old tractor. It's going to be drilling soybeans here before too long. I'm going to use this to keep planting corn, and my wife's going to start drilling soybeans, but I'm trying to situate out a daycare provider at the moment. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're at the other end here. I think we're going to call her the end of the stream now. I appreciate you guys stopping in and watching. It's been a good time. Everyone kept the comments clean. I appreciate that. And we'll see you guys on the next one.